Live back from Los Angeles. We have Sydne Summer, fashionista here. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I love that color. Your sweater is so pretty. Right? I know. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Feels right for spring.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but we're trying to bring a new spring today.
Oh yeah. So Transformation Tuesday.
Yes.
We want to get some tips from you today. What can we do to transform our fashion?
I think it's little things. Like what I talk about on my blog is, yes, I show you what the trends are. You know, when I go to Fashion Week, I come back and actually I have a whole YouTube series on it where I break down the trends, but it's what makes it work for you. You know, not everyone has the same body type. There's certain trends that I can't wear.
So what are the trends?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Well, pastels are in and bright. So like what you're doing. Yes, you're so on trend. Lace is, you're just totally on trend
nice.
right now. A lot of sleeves. So you'll see like the bell sleeves in the 60s.
I've got the sleeve thing happening.
Oh yeah, we don't even need, you guys are
I have a question for you then, because I'm doing this whole like darker root thing on the top, and I love it one day, and then I absolutely am going to hate it the next day, and I'm like, I can't decide, and I can't go back to the root. So what is in as far as the hair thing?
Well, the lobs are very in, so kind of what I have, it's a shorter, it's called a long bob.
A lob, okay.
It's called a lob. Okay. So you'll see a lot of celebrities wearing this, like Lucy Hale has the shorter hair, and it's more about ease. Like we kind of moved away from the whole like Victoria's Secret perfectness.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And now it's
like Jez, it's so gorgeous all the time.
But you don't have like the perfectness, you have the relaxed one, which I love.
Oh,
you know, it's
thank you.
It's like I tried, but I tried
She has the best hair.
Yeah, effortless.
She has the best hair.
I
You do
really
have really
thank
good
you
hair.
so much. What I love so much about your blog and your video content is that you really break down like the celebrity, the red carpet look to be approachable, to make it more for the real girl, the everyday woman. What's the secret in that, to be able to look so fabulous, so chic, but feel comfortable in that?
I think it's just figuring out just what you feel comfortable in, like trying out the trends. Like, you know, it's not something permanent. It's not like you're getting Botox. You know, it's gonna go away. You can try on anything. And
I love that. That outfit's so cute.
So that's actually a series that I do on my YouTube, and it was a reader request. So what I love, I used to be a fashion editor, and what I love about blogging and Instagram is you have this connection with, I talk to my girls all the time on Instagram, or they email me, and they all requested, they're like, we just want easy outfit ideas by switching up different accessories.
that one. That's
so kind of what
cute.
I do in this series is just basics that you can wear all the time. So this one is a pleated skirt that you either probably have. I've had this one for years. I actually ripped it during the video, so I bought a new one.
It
transforming
so
your body. Thanks. And it's just like figuring out, you know, like, oh, maybe the red booties aren't my style. Let me try black booties. Maybe a leather jacket's not for me. Let me try a jean jacket. So it's kind of taking the trend and making it work for you. So when I do the celebrity style on my blog, it's not a get the look for less. You know, there are plenty of websites that do that. It's like, oh, Kim Kardashian was wearing a $1,000 blazer. Here's a $100 version,
Right.
or like a $30 version. But I did a Kim Kardashian thing about, you've seen her with the open tuxedo trend. Have you guys seen that? And honestly, a real girl, like, you can't wear that. Can you imagine sitting here right now? It's like, I mean, I don't have the Kim voluptuousness. I wish I did, but you can't do that in real life. So, but I love the look. I love the look of like the sexy open blazer, because it's menswear made sexy for a woman. So what I did is I showed how you can belt it, wear a bralette underneath, so just in case it does peek open, there's some fabric there, you know, and it's just making it work for your life and your comfort level.
So, sorry, I'm so asking. I'm taking all the questions because I'm dying to know.
Yes.
So I think that it's easier to find, you know, the right pants or the right shirt. I think that the accessories is the most challenging, because then it can transform an outfit, you know, like that.
Yes.
But I'm getting so like, I mean, I can't wear anything but gold anymore. Like I feel stuff if it's not gold. Do you have any tips on like where you can get like good secondhand stuff, or good places
You feel stuff? Sorry, you have, like
yeah, like
allergies?
metals. Yeah, like a lot of people are saying that.
A lot of people do have
right?
that. Yeah, I mean, I just invest in, I don't switch mine up that much. Like these two necklaces I wear, I don't take them off unless I'm going to a spa or sauna.
Right.
Yeah, I think with that, if you're more, you know, sensitive and everything, there's a bunch of different lines that do make real stuff. Like this one is from Stella and Dot, so it does have diamonds, but and it's real, but it's a better price point.
Right.
So just figuring out those.
And there's some great second-hand places online, like the Real,
Trendly.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to get those lists from you because I don't know these.
I'm wondering though, why did you choose fashion? Why did you go into styling?
I've just always been into fashion. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a fashion designer. I actually just found this sketchbook that I kept when I was a child, and I drew myself as a fashion designer and then a fashion editor. So I've just always been into that. I fell into entertainment when I first graduated. I used to work for Entertainment. I was a Hollywood party girl, so I covered parties, and it was just a way to get my name out there. Did I want to talk about Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan at the time? No, I wanted to talk about clothes, but I always recommend to people, like, it's great to get that business perspective on life and just to be in the realm of what you're doing, because I met so many people, which helped me do my blog. So I'm so thankful to E for giving me my first start on that.
What have you learned about success in that process? Just along the journey, I wonder, you probably learned so much.
Oh my gosh, so much. One is, no matter your level, is to be nice to everyone, because it's just, the right thing to do. But on a selfish level, you never know where they'll end up. I see so many girls, like, they get, especially with this whole Instagram famous thing right now, and you see these bloggers traveling everywhere, and people can get an attitude, and you have to be real and just be nice, because you don't know where people are going to be. They could be your boss. They could be the head of a brand the next day. And especially now, you can just blow up. You don't have to climb the corporate ladder anymore. So you could have a 22-year-old that maybe you were nasty to, and she might be hiring for something. So I think just really be nice and real. And
what do you think was the biggest challenge for you in breaking out, doing a blog, creating your own brand in your business?
The biggest challenge was Instagram, I would say. When I first started, it was a hobby, and I was still working at E. Luckily, I had the coolest boss, and she was very supportive, and so she let me do both. So I do recommend, I've spoken on a bunch of those panels, like Lucky Fab, or those type of, well, Lucky doesn't exist anymore, but the blogging panels, like Simply Stylist. And I always tell people, there are fashion bloggers, they're like, quit your job and just go for it. I don't recommend that, truthfully. In order to quit, I lined up a ton of freelancing, writing gigs, and I made sure if I didn't make any money in 6 months from my blog, that would be totally fine. And I think that's really important, just to be prepared. All these girls, they see these Instagram stars, and I think Instagram wasn't as big when I started, because I'm an OG. I've been doing this for a while. OG. I remember I used to do a twit pick of the day. Do you guys remember on Twitter? So that was my thing. That's how actually my blog started, because I would do tweets in front of my mirror, and it's what I wore to work every day. So it's like, I would say, like, lace top, orange belt, white jeans, cute spring outfit.
Pretty characters.
Oh my gosh. So that's how it started, and it was more real at the time. And now Instagram's great because it connects you to people, but it also has built this facade of what you can do, and it's tough. It is really tough. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's hard.
What's been the secret to your Instagram branding, would you say? What's worked for you Instagram-wise?
Staying true to myself and not looking at others. I did go through a period, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I was looking at all these girls' feeds. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Like, I need to be traveling more and taking pictures by the pool with my big watermelon. Yes, let me just be fabulous. And it wasn't working for me. And I was doing it and everything, and I just felt off. You were talking before, like with diet, when you felt off, I felt off about what I was putting out there. And I think if you're not content with what content you're putting, then your readers will feel it too. Totally. So I had to transform or retransform myself, and I had to take a step back. I'm like, okay, what the hell am I doing right now? Like, why did I start this? What do I love? And I was like, I love giving tips to people. Like, I love helping people. Do I need to be this, like, fabulous Vogue, like, model? No, that's just not me. Like, I give practical tips, and I like helping my girls and talking to them and building their self-esteem. And I thought back to, I actually printed it out for one of my readers, actually YouTube people. She had watched, I do this trend guide, which is coming out in a couple of weeks, and it basically breaks down the trends that I see from Fashion Week and just shows you easy ways to wear them. And not the crazy trends, the easy ones, like, florals, mixing prints, things like that, well, I say it's easy, but I know a lot of people have trouble with it, but I make it easy. Like, that's the point. And she wrote that she started watching my YouTube videos, and it helped her out of her depression because she started dressing better, feeling better about herself. She started getting compliments, and then her depression slowly lifted. And like, I still like tear up when I read that, and I'm like, that's what I want to get back to. So do I need the photo in the south of France? Yeah, it would be fun. That's not what my brand is. Yeah. So I think you have to figure out your brand and just stay true to it.
That's dope. I'm sending all my clients to you. You fix them in one day. That's amazing.
It was like the best feeling in the world. And I'm rebranding right now, so I am actually redesigning my website. So it started as purely fashion, and then people were like, what nail polish are you wearing? What this are you wearing? And I've never considered myself a beauty expert, but I do have I'm really lucky to be able to try out new things all the time. So now I started recommending things, I'm not a makeup artist, I'm not gonna like teach you how to do it from a professional standpoint, but from a real girl. Like there's one on my blog right now if you guys wanna enter the giveaway. So I took red carpet trend, which is like this bright, colorful eyes, and like show you how you could wear it if you're going on a date this weekend. Like nothing too crazy.
Well, beauty is the perfect complement to fashion.
Yeah.
Right? And so being able to share both is really incredible. What is your vision with your blog and this content? Where do you see yourself going in 5 years?
Well, it's going to become, I already have the answer to that because I just am redesigning it right now. So it's going to be a website, more like a real girl scoop. So it's not just fashion and beauty. There's also home. I just redesigned my home. So I've been sharing home tips, fitness, food, and I'm going to have a bunch of girls that I've worked with in the past that I respect that fall in line with my brand to be contributors. And so it's a whole resource for the everyday woman just to be inspired and achievable ways to do it. Nothing too crazy, everything that you can do at home. But I always think of myself, I'm like your sister, like we're buds. I just happen to like love fashion, so I know a lot about fashion. Just like, my friend knows everything about business, so when I have money questions, I turn to her, but she teaches it to me in a really easy way.
And what will that new blog be?
It's the same. Yeah,
Okay,
so it's
good.
just going to expand. It's going to look different. It's launching in a few months. So
Well, when you launch, you come back, we're going to celebrate it.
yes, that sounds great.
Very fun. Well, I'm really just wanted to say thank you. And I think it's important for people to know that transformation is all levels. And I agree. Like there's days when you're just down that sometimes, it just takes getting yourself put together and getting out in the world. And,
Oh my gosh, just putting on clothes sometimes, honestly, because working from home it can be lonely. And I find myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a t-shirt and underwear and I haven't gotten dressed except to walk my dog. So just to like put on a bright sweater, like I'm not fancy today, but just like color sometimes lifts you up or anything.
The
Just-
best part of the show is
yeah.
it gets you ready in the morning, gets you up. Otherwise, like
Yeah.
there'll be days at 2 in the afternoon, I'm like, I'm still in a robe. I think I'm so sad right now. I don't know why.
You just have to get dressed, whatever you wear.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell everyone where they can find you.
So you can hit me up on Instagram. I'm at Sydne Summer, or check out my blog, Sydne Style.
Nice.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
being here.
much for all
Thank
your work.
you.
Appreciate it. Stay tuned, you guys. We'll be right back for a Body, Mind, Soul transformation. Stay tuned.